and read this disclaimer here for "What have you done, Father?" Is that meant to look like an upside down cross diagonally on his forehead? I'm not sure. What Have You Done, Father was developed by a single person with a limited budget. It offers a narrative-focused experience with a strong emphasis on storytelling, exploration, and cinematic elements. Although there are a few light scares and some exploration involved, the horror aspects of the game are presented through disturbing plot, unsettling imagery, and the atmosphere. Please be advised that the game includes violence, nudity, flashing lights, and disturbing imagery. It also delves into sensitive religious and moral themes. All right. Sounds good. We've been warned. Oh, wow, there's 10 chapters? Holy. All right, whatever. Let's go. Prologue you.
Shadows deep where echoes dwell, a priest once pure, now bound in hell. Through caverns black his scenes
Unfold a tale of woe in darkness told. Beneath the gaze of fiery eyes, a demon speaks with mournful sighs.
Oh,
Fallen shepherd, stained in shame, your sacred vows now just a name. Wait, I wanted to listen to the whole... Dang it! I didn't know it stopped the hymn. The hymnal. A slain lamb and also a slain Jeebus. Yeah, sacrificial lamb. Rewind. Restart the game. A long time ago, in a planet far, far away, somewhere in Europe.
I have no sins to confess. I've come here to speak the truth. My conscience is as clear as a child's. I have been framed and almost driven to insanity, but I am resolute in my faith. Oh Lord, that cursed day. It began like any other. Nothing could have predicted the horrifying events that would unfold later that night.
Amen. A few days ago.
Our Father, who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Hello?
Hello. Is this Father Matthias?
Yes, speaking. How may I assist you?
This is Marina Constanza. I'm a member of your parish, though I think it's unlikely you know me.
She sounds hot.
I'm not much of a churchgoer. Oh, it may seem weird for me to come out of nowhere and ask for your help. I'm not even a good Christian.
Banish the thought. God, in his infinite mercy, takes care of all his children. But please, tell me more about what's troubling you.
Thank you, Father. You're too kind, but I'd rather not talk on the phone about my situation. I'd like to meet you in person if possible. It is a delicate matter.
She's asking us on a date.
Can I come by? I live not far from there.
Oh, certainly. I've just finished my prayers and I'm about to prepare some tea. Do you have any preferences?
You're too kind. A cup of strawberry tea would be lovely.
Strawberry?
Right. Then I'll be expecting you. If I'm not available, Felix, one of my students, will assist you until I return.
Guys,
Thank
look.
you. I'll see you soon.
God bless, and be safe on your way here.
You see that thing, guys? You saw the baby, Mother Mary and Jesus?
I recall it well. It was a few days before Christmas, just after Vespers. The distant sound of the organ in the nearby chapel filled the air as I readied myself to meet Lady Marina.
You guys saw all the you saw that? So I went to when I was in Spain, I went to the Museum of sculptures, and it's a 4-story museum, and I was the only person in it. And let me tell you, did they have sculptures upon sculptures of creepy Mary and Jesus. Hold on. Look at this one. Look at this one, guys. Hold on. There's more. Look at this one. Oh, and then guys, hold on. So when I was in this museum, the people who worked there were kind of like following me around to watch me, because I was basically the only person in there, and it was so big and so echoey. I spent 4 hours in there, and then I went back the next day with my husband. I spent hours just walking around and taking pictures and acting like a weirdo. And I was whispering to the I may or may not have been whispering to the sculptures. I'll just play this one for you guys, you know, because here, I'm put on, you can pull it up on Discord. Just so you guys see. We'll play the game, I promise. We'll play the game, I promise. Oh, crap. It didn't go. Trying to get these. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on. Hold on.
I've been trying to get these little statues to look back at me, but some of them, they just don't want to look. This one likes looking though. You can see she's staring from within.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't tell you guys how many of those guys. I mean, look at this. Another one. Wait, that's Jesus. Another one. Let me find the. Oh, look at this one. Look at these. Oh, look at this one. I took so many pictures of these. There was like hundreds of them. Hundreds of these things. There was also a lot of buff babies, and I was going to make a video out of these, but then I didn't. Anyways, okay, let's play the game. Sorry, guys. I got off track. It says, tea with the Lady Marina. Lady Marina is going to be here soon. I should prepare some strawberry tea as she requested. Who drinks strawberry tea? Ooh, timeless. Yearly subscription. Felix is quite the avid reader of these. It's a bit puzzling considering that after his ordination, he'll be donning the simple black attire with a white collar. On the other hand, I enjoy lighting the fire with the pages of those magazines. They're made with special ink that burns for longer. It's a pity that they're so expensive, though. Sounds like you're going to give yourself cancer. Setting ink on fire in the fireplace. There's no greater privilege in this world than to dedicate oneself to serving our Lord. Damn, this is a fancy. Look how fancy. Look at you. Look at you. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. We're definitely Catholic. I don't think Christians, like, pay attention to Mary like that. This relic reminds me of the countless souls who have walked this path of faith before me. May their intercession guide me as I strive to fulfill my calling. This feels I grew up Catholic, so that's what I know. The holy fragrance of this beautiful scented oil fills the air. Lady Marina is going to be here soon. I wonder what it is she wants to talk about. Okay, there's our tea set. Omen at St. Mary's. I've been compelled and encouraged by my bishop for quite some time to compile a monograph about this place. The ongoing drama has haunted the parish. Leaves me restless. Over the years, numerous priests, both revered and despised, have met their demise under suspicious circumstances. Determined to shed light on the history of the rectory, I've embarked on a research endeavor intending to create a photo album accompanied by brief descriptions of each priest, commemorating their lives and the impact they had on this community, both positive and negative. My aim is to offer the people an opportunity to truly know them with all their virtues and flaws. If I have some spare time, I should find all the pictures. Working on my study about the rectory's past if I have time. So maybe there's pictures I have to find. Sic Transit Gloria Mundi? Okay, so I have the tea set. Who are you? Wow. I'll take a shower later. For now, I should prepare some tea for Lady Marina. Okay. Wow, look how fancy this place is. Oh. What? Was that it? Oh, hey. Hey, man. Why does he kind of look like Gojo? Why does he look like if Gojo was a Catholic priest? God bless. How are you? God bless. I'm enjoying what might be the final day of this year with beautiful weather. I just returned from a leisurely stroll through the park. I heard on the radio that a massive storm is approaching, perhaps even tonight. They're forecasting it to be the most powerful one in the last few years. I just hope it doesn't wreak havoc. By the way, Father Josiah mentioned your struggles with severe migraines. Are you feeling better? Is everything all right? God bless. How are you? I'm fine. It's just the weather. I see. Lately, the winters have indeed become incredibly unpredictable. One day it's warm and sunny, only for the next day to bring rain and a sharp drop in temperatures. I'm making some tea. Do you want to join me? Oh, how I'd love to gossip over tea. Make sure you don't put too much sugar in it. Unfortunately, I have to help the sisters at the convent with gluing the new wallpaper. I'll be leaving in an hour. Take care. See you around. Okay. What was the point of that? Just to let us know a storm's coming? Entering Felix's room without an invitation would be impolite. Who are you? Why are all these priests? Why do they have such nice hair, all of them? Look at them with their fancy haircuts. God bless. Staying for Christmas? God bless. Well, I call this place home. I like it here very much, especially during Christmas. It brings back pleasant memories from my childhood, when times were better. But anyway, how are you? You look a bit pale. I'm fine, praise the Lord. I'm just a bit tired. Tired. Hee hee. The long winter nights can leave one restless. I've had my share of insomnia too. I usually go to the chapel and pray. It's strange how sleep overwhelms you when you try to pray to the Lord. Temptations have bothered me since ordination as well, but I try to resist them. Confession is the best remedy in a situation like this. Perhaps I'll even go and confess to the bishop later. There are a few things that have been bothering me, but we'll talk sometime about this. Sure, I'm making some tea. Want to join me? Right now I have to go to the convent and help the nuns glue some new wallpaper. There's still a lot of work in the hallway. Maybe later, tonight. Later tonight it is. Why are these guys so good looking? I've never met so many good looking priests in one place. It's kind of wild. Like all the priests I had, they were... So I went to a Catholic elementary school and my mom worked there, and she actually had to... It was a really horrible thing. There was a priest at one point who she would be out during recess watching the kids, and this priest would come to the school. The church was nearby, and he would always have young, like very young little girls sit in his lap during recess, and she would report it to the principal, and they would basically just transfer the priest to a different district. They wouldn't like get fired or anything. They would just get put somewhere else. Yeah, it was bad. Citrus. I yelled at my mom. I like when she told me that as an adult, and I'm like, and you didn't report that like to the police? Like, that's crazy. Aurora, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Blueberry tea. I guess the strawberry is going to be somewhere. Oh, I for inventory. I see. I see. Yeah.
Europe is currently grappling with a disturbing surge in violent crimes. Extensive research has been conducted to shed light on this disconcerting reality. While we may express our concerns and diligently prosecute the perpetrators, the justice system is actively seeking innovative approaches to prevent these violent acts from occurring in the first place. Psychologists have revealed that a significant majority of criminals bear the weight of troubled pasts, which fosters a misguided belief that they possess the upper hand and the right to seek revenge against those they perceive as weaker. Moreover, research highlights a lack of moral compass among the younger generation, which could be a key contributing factor to the increase in violent crimes. Many individuals in this generation look to institutions such as schools, the government, and even the church for moral guidance, raising questions about the trustworthiness of these institutions.
Supposedly, it's an obsidian mirror believed to reflect one's inner spiritual self. This one is quite old and reflects nothing. Okay. There's a spike in violence. What are you doing down here, sir? Gojo. We're going to call him Gojo because he just looks like a priest version of Gojo. Do you know a certain Lady Marina from our parish? Felix says, from our parish, you say? I think I know who you're referring to. Yes, I'm not personally acquainted with her because she doesn't attend church frequently, but I believe I saw her once or twice. I remember spotting her in the back of the church on one or two occasions during the Holy Mass. She seemed incredibly emotional, her gaze fixed towards the altar. A beautiful young lady, but clearly in profound sorrow. I assumed she must have lost someone. But who can say for sure? If you're curious about how I know her name, it's because I overheard people gossiping. Rumors. This guy really likes his gossip. Rumors, you say? What kind of rumors? Rumors indeed. Apparently, she is very discreet with her life, and many suspect that she has an incredible fortune which she acquired through her feminine wiles. But I won't be too quick to judge. Yeah, he knows an awful lot. Maybe he knows more than he's letting on. Maybe he has some personal experiences. Some say that during the war, she may have married a Nazi officer and now she is embarrassed. Others that she is simply a very emotional and mentally unstable person. Who knows? Poor thing, we should pray for her. I agree, it is the only way we can help people like her. God forgive me if I have sinned through my words. I'll leave for the convent to help the nuns. Perhaps we'll see each other again this evening after I return. God's blessings. I have some stories to tell you after stream. Or not after stream, after this game. By the way, guys, I forgot to tell him earlier. I don't want to interrupt the game. So we'll keep playing for now. This, I have to admit, the dev did a really nice job in creating this little, like, church house. I've got a lighter. Here's a tea set. Set the tea here, light it. There we go. We just need the strawberry tea. Where is it? Adding this back door to the rectory was a wise choice, offering us a more private entrance and exit away from the constant attention of neighbors. Discreet. They're full of dust. This kettle has a hole in it. It's just for decoration. Where's the strawberry tea? Did we get strawberry tea? No. We have to search. Oh. Not in there. Where the heck do you find strawberry tea? I've never even heard of strawberry tea. I don't need anything from the basement right now. We have a basement. Of course we have a basement. It wouldn't be an indie horror game without a basement. Oh. There should be a pack of strawberry tea somewhere.
Europe is currently grappling with a disturbing surge in violent crimes.
Who told you to turn on? That's crazy. Strawberry tea? Strawberry? Strawberry tea? Why is the strawberry tea so hidden? Let me know if you guys... Wait, what was that? What was that? Something just highlighted for like half a second. Is that a knife? We should pick it up. No, the bag by the radio is hibiscus. More Lulu story time? Yeah. What the heck? I'm not going anywhere. I'm waiting for Lady Marina. Where do we find... Oh. No. Huh? That's right. The tie's pattern shouldn't match the pocket square. The contrast adds depth and sophistication. That's one fashion tip I remember from before going to the seminary. I received another certificate of appreciation last year. I thought about taking it down, but Felix insisted I humble myself and acknowledge my merit. Thanks, Felix. What a homie. I'm not touching it. I don't want to dirty my hands. With a saw? Oh, there it is. What does it say? Dear Father Matthias Martin, I purchased the strawberry tea pack for you as a token of gratitude. Your guidance means a lot. From your humble novice, Felix D. Felix, a devoted seminarian with a generous young man, constantly attentive to the needs of those around him. All right. Okay, we've got our tea. Wait. Who are you? Who are you? Razvan Ramolini. Young and naive, he sought to fight against the death penalty in our country. In a tragic twist, he lost his life at the hands of a psychopathic brute who was granted mercy just a few months prior. Poor Father Ramolini perished at the hands of those whose freedom he fought for. Huh. Okay. That's crazy. Okay, we got our tea. Ding dong.
Good evening. My name's Marina. We talked earlier on the phone.
Good evening, and God bless. I am Father Matthias Martin, at your service.
At her service, eh? Oh, look at her. Wow. At your service. Good evening. I'm Father Matthias. Didn't we tell her that? Hello, Father. Wait, how do I do her voice? I don't know, guys. I have like the opposite of a hot voice, so I'll try my best. Hello, Father. Please forgive me if I come across as impolite. I'm not particularly devout. Perhaps I lack some of the etiquette. Oh, maybe I should have thought about covering my head with a scarf. No worries. Oh, thank you. You know, I didn't expect such a warm and welcoming reception. I've always been a bit of an outsider. I tend to stand out, and it's made it hard for me to blend in with the other parishioners. But I don't want to take up too much of your time. Father, I find myself in a delicate situation, and I'm not sure how to proceed. I've heard nothing but good things about you, and I can't believe you're the only one who could help me and provide a blessing. I sound like a Valley girl. No, that's different. Valley girl would be like, oh, is there anyone else here? I apologize. Perhaps I should keep my voice down. I tend to speak louder when I become excited. That's Valley girl. See? See the difference? Don't worry. We are alone. I don't think you should tell her this. Well, that's a relief. I realize it might seem odd, but you see, I value privacy and discretion greatly, and there's a reason for that. I still recall my last confession vividly. What happened? The priest had trouble hearing. I had to speak louder, and when I finished confessing, the person waiting couldn't help but burst into laughter. She was clearly eavesdropping. You can probably imagine how uncomfortable that was. What's that I sense? Strawberries? Oh yes, the tea must be ready. She senses the strawberries.
Oh my, such a lovely place. I always wondered how priests live, all by themselves. Must be terribly lonely.
Why are we so hot? Why are all the priests so hot in this game? What is this game? This is not accurate to real life Catholic priests. Broseph, thank you so much for 8 months of sub. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Make her a Cockney housewife? I don't know what that is. We try to keep things simple. You have quite the taste in furniture, and everything is so clean. By the way, if you don't mind me asking, Father, may I pose a question? It might be a bit nosy, but I'm genuinely curious. Do you priests indulge in sex? I mean, things like smoking, drinking a glass of wine, perhaps listening to music, something other than church organ. Some do, some don't. I'm rather moderate. Oh, Father, forgive me for asking such trivial questions. I don't wish to distract you from your duties, and I already feel as though I'm intruding on your privacy. I'm here to discuss the reason for my visit. I'm at a loss for words, Father. I don't know how to express this, stupid me. And I rehearsed it dozens of times at home. You see, I feel utterly helpless, vulnerable. I don't know how much longer I can endure this. But I'd rather be blunt, Father. It concerns you. Me? Dear Lord, in what way? Ever since you arrived at our parish, things have changed, and I resent it. Before, everything was so ordinary, but now it's you I must see every Sunday, standing before the altar, your arms open, looking over the congregation. All my life, I have been devoted to the Virgin Mary. I prayed the rosary every night and even aspired to enter the convent. But then, you showed up, From that day on, I couldn't bring myself to attend Mass and to see you. The few times I've been to church all these years, I couldn't help but feel this overwhelming rush of emotions. I would start crying, and perhaps people believed I was on fire for Jesus, when in fact, oh, how can I say this? I know it's not right, but the truth is that I love you, Father, with all my whole being and from the bottom of my heart. Hey, Kalabo, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I like how you read the dialogue. Just know I don't talk like that. I talk like a dork. Father's gonna be like, I don't know what to say. Stage 1, here we go. Temptation. Temptation is the urge to sin, whether through whether through persuasion or the promise of pleasure, which can be external or internal, affecting one's willpower. It may stem from our inherent inclination to evil due to the original sin or from the influence of the devil. However, temptation itself is not sin. Only when the will consents does sin occur.
You know, this is a delicate situation. I'm considering your feelings, and I don't want to be callous, but it's just not possible.
You gotta move on.
I'm not good at discussing romantic love between a man and a woman. I can preach to you about the love of God.
I understand, Father. I understand. Oh, I feel so naive. I shouldn't have come here. I'm the only one to blame for this embarrassment.
You shouldn't talk like that. There's no shame in loving someone.
But not like this.
We can still be friends.
Not like this.
Spare me that talk. I don't need a sermon. Pour me a glass of wine and I'll be on my way.
That's the blood of Christ. Mind you, that's not wine. That's the blood of Christ. Okay? Okay. I'll treat her with my spare blood of Christ, but first, I'll take a look around. She brought a lot of stuff and took over my space. I'm sorry, she brought a lot of stuff and took over your space? Was she gonna move in? What do you mean? We finished the tea almost an hour ago. What did you do for an hour? What did he say? I stand firm, unwavering in my faith. She's as insistent as she is pretty. Oh Lord, what am I thinking? I should bring her the wine and end this. We've been talking for almost 3 hours. Cliche, nice to see you. Okay, what did she brought her gloves? Twice during a discussion, she perfumed herself with this fragrance. She's not only trying to tell me she loves me, but to make me love her. I read this already earlier. What else did she bring? A luggage? She brought with her this heavy suitcase, which she kindly asked me to bring up here. Weird. I should have refused. What's in her mind? Are we in my bedroom? Oh, we must be. I'd rather not leave her alone in my bedroom. I hate to sound hypocritical, but what if she starts looking through my things? Just as she entered the room, she took off her coat in the most captivating way. She looked at me with a charming gaze as if trying to tempt me. Here's the wine. Does that say poison? Pastoral. It says pastoral. I thought it said poison. Huh, imagine. Train ticket from Bucharest. Interesting. A train ticket for tonight. Unfortunately, she missed it a few minutes ago. What was her plan? I'm not going to look in her purse. You're not? I should change my bed sheets tonight. What gifts will I receive this Christmas? Anything else? A drawer that we looked through already? Alright, let's grab the blood of Christ. Is there something else? Another timeless magazine. Tasteless. Tasteless. When wearing a vest, you should not wear a belt. Try suspenders fastened with buttons. The belt buckle, especially if it is made of shiny metal, draws too much attention towards the private parts. Priests don't take wives. I think pastors can take wives, but not priests. Where do I put this? Am I just like giving it to her, or? Unknown saint, through the intercessions of your prayers in heaven, I shall not waver in my faith. Oh, Father Johannes Archibald. He was the longest serving priest in office. With undisputed zeal, he fought against the bands of thieves in the city. This got the better of him and culminated in his strange disappearance, never to be seen again. Rumors have circulated that he may have left overseas to escape the vendetta that he had on his head. Okay, I must stay focused. This conversation can't go on forever. I'll offer her a glass of wine and find a graceful way to bring it to a close. Where am I putting the wine? I know I picked it up, but on the bed over here. She displayed all her charms like a sinful temptress. There's no denial. She's determined to have me, but I won't even blink. I swore an oath. Archibald? Hey, Luna. Nice to see you. Yep, Archibald. 1873 to 19 hundo. Do I just have to, like, click on it? No. Can we do a shout out for Luna? Where are we drinking this? It must be at the table, right? No? Oh, wait, what's that? Empty drawer. Here? We looked at this. Oh, I just had to click on her again. Oh, thank you. The sweet red wine is exactly what I needed. You mean the blood of Christ. And what a treat it is to enjoy it in such charming company. Why are you looking at me like this? Do I seem pitiful? Like a desperate woman trying to get what she wants? Oh, don't worry, Father. I'm just having a little fun with you. I would never dare to think that. Oh, Father, you're too serious. Lighten up a bit. Tell me, have you ever been in love? Surely you must have had your heart fluttering at some point. With your dark hair and those blue eyes. I don't remember. What kind of answer is that? I don't remember. Ha ha ha, you make me laugh. Come on, share some memories with me. No one ever forgets their first love, the first kiss, the first night of passion. What was she like? I bet she has a hold on your heart. He's like, I'm a virgin, and the only first love I've had is for Jesus Christ. Enough. Please, finish your drink and then what? What do you have in mind? Do you have some exciting secrets to share? Ha ha ha, I'm just kidding, Father. Don't mind me. Perhaps I've had too much to drink, but I must say, this wine is so sweet and delightful. Is this what you use for Holy Mass? No wonder people keep coming back for more. Oh, why is it so hot all of a sudden? My oh my, she has her alcohol jacket. I'm doing good, Luna. Nice to see you. What were we talking about? Oh yes, about your first time. What was it like? Wait, don't answer me. I should have assumed that by now. You are a virgin. Oh, I missed what she said. My pen hit the space bar and it progressed. Such a pity you are a priest. Alcohol jacket? When you drink, you get warm. It's called an alcohol jacket. Oh shoot, we're getting pissed. Shut up. Whoa! 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 What happened? Wait. Whoa! Nipples! Whoa! 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 I didn't think it was gonna get that graphic! Oh my god! What? Whoa! Wait! That's crazy! Sigh, I guess I'll just have to play this myself. Oh my god. Stage 2. Venial sin. Venial sin refers to a minor offense or one committed without full reflection or consent. Although it weakens the sinner's connection with God, it does not signify a deliberate rejection of God, and therefore does not entirely obstruct the reception of sanctifying grace. Oh my god. That's crazy. That was crazy. I need water. Felix?
That was the last thing I expected. But in retrospect, Felix always was a bit nosy.
He's a gossip. He walked in on us? Didn't we say we wouldn't go in Felix's room without... Booba! Booba! And Butta! Dude, didn't we try to go in Felix's room and he was like, no, I don't want to, impose on his privacy. And then he just walks in on us in bed with a woman? That's crazy. Wake up. Felix saw us. Confront Felix. This is embarrassing. What will he think? Me, the respected priest he looks up to as a role model. God, it was just a mistake. Christ, he saw us. Thank goodness he didn't wake her up. I need to have a conversation with Felix. Oh, what a mess I've gotten myself into. Phone? I'll arrange a taxi for Merida immediately. Well, now or, I'd rather not touch this, not after all I've done. What about this? I have broken my sacred vows as a priest. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. I can't see my own body, so I don't know how I look. Lord Jesus, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Tic-tac, hell awaits me. She has money here? Oh yeah, we looked at this. Okay, let's go talk to Felix. Oh. Felix, I'm busting in your room the same way you busted into mine. I already called her an Uber. I know, it sounded like we rejected her the whole time, and then we were finally like, F it. We're doing this. Gojo Jr., we need to talk about... Oh my god, look at my shirt, my unbuttoned shirt. Gojo Jr., we need to talk about... we're gonna call him Priest Gojo. We need to talk about what you witnessed. I think Felix is jealous too. I think Felix has had sex with her before, I'm not gonna lie. Because he knew an awful lot about her. I understand. I'm not here to pass judgment. The desires of the flesh have tempted me numerous times, but I have always strived to resist them. It's important not to let this become a recurring pattern. Is this a one-time occurrence, or have you experienced such a lapse in your resolve before? I'd rather discuss that with my father confessor. Very well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to rest. I'm tired. Wait, I am concerned. He's gonna spread the gossip, this guy. He loves gossip. Oh, you're worried that I might disclose this incident? What purpose would that serve? The best step is to seek guidance from someone you trust deeply. As I mentioned earlier, I'm not here to judge you. I too have my own sins. Please, excuse me. I am tired. God bless you. Good night. Strive does not mean succeeded. True, true. I need to wake her up. The weather has gotten worse, but I can't let her stay overnight. I really don't want Felix to see us together in the morning. Wake up! Grab her brush, put on a little makeup!
I couldn't resist her charms. If only I weren't a priest. We could have been together, but I had to send her home.
Whoa! What are you grabbing?
Marina.
Oh, I thought he was...
You need to wake up.
I thought he was going for the titty. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
There she lay, lifeless.
Wait!
Her gaze fixed on the ceiling. Her expression was one of terror. Blood oozing from her mouth. What could have caused this?
Jesus!
What terrible chain of events could have led to this?
Divine intervention!
Overwhelmed by an uncontainable fear. The entire house was spinning with me. I was in deep trouble.
Oh, you're getting... He's getting... you know... Oh, the tits, man. They keep throwing them in our face.
Gripped with horror and bewilderment. All my efforts to bring life back into her body were in vain. Only hours later, I found some comfort in prayer. I had to think straight and act accordingly.
He must have had... You're right. That D was unholy. Lost Arger, hello? He's gone. Swirly, hello. What have we learned so far? Don't screw a priest. Fair, fair. That was, yeah. How on earth did this happen? I need to gather her things and cover her body with a bed sheet. I can't bring myself to look at her like this. Should I call the police? Well, let's gather her things. I must get rid of this. God, I feel like a criminal. I hope I'm doing what is right. Maybe we should shut our door. That sign won't stop me. I can't read. Her clothes. Was it the perfume that killed her? The scent still lingers in the air. That's the same thing. Any of her stuff anywhere else? Oh, the tickets? Her bag? Who is she? I will take a look inside her purse. At least I will get to know more about her. Goodbye. I've had enough. It is the third time I was saved by people after attempting to jump off the central bridge, but why would you care? The beatings, the humiliation I endured at your hand, it's all coming to an end tonight. I'm leaving. You told me countless times that you'd be better off if I were dead, but I won't give you that satisfaction. Instead, I'll leave you. I'm going somewhere far away, somewhere you'll never find me. Rot in hell. She wanted to leave him. That explains the train ticket. The very idea unnerves me, yet this presents an unforeseen chance for her sudden vanishing. Okay. Oh yeah. I keep looking at that. She made it to hell far from that guy. Oh my god. Are we gonna burn the stuff? What are we, Oh, her shoes. And her lingerie. Okay, we've covered her. Oh, and her lipstick. Was it an allergic reaction to this? I doubt it. This game is called What Have You Done, Father? This is the only morally responsible action, to call the authorities. But how can I? Sorry, I didn't put the game in the Twitch thing. I'm sorry. What have you done? Have you done, Father? There we go. Yeah. Okay, so we're not going to call the police? I'm not going to call the police. They'll surely point fingers at me, especially since Felix stumbled upon us. I'm undoubtedly looking like the prime suspect. If only Felix didn't find us, I could just, like, dress her and be like, she died. The wine! Guys, was it the wine? Was the wine poisoned? Why do I feel like the wine was poisoned? Did I not gather all of her stuff? I don't have time to stare at this. Oh, no, that's the door. Oh, her luggage. I'll take a look inside later. Oh, a bathroom. Wow, fancy. The mirror's broken. Who smashed it? Fresh towels and flickering candles. Someone is getting ready for a warm and cozy bath. What? Who? Timeless. Instead of spending money on those magazines, Felix could donate to charity. Squandering money on trivialities such as these is not fitting for an aspiring clergyman. We should aim to embrace humility and forsake the vanity of this world. I bet if I talked with a sexy voice all the time, I'd have so many game devs being like, you should voice act for me. I bet. Felix appears to be tidying up his room at last. Let's hope he doesn't leave his belongings here throughout the entire Christmas season. I must have missed looking at that earlier. When you have sexy voice, people want you to voice act more. I just don't have sexy voice. I'd rather not bother him. It's just odd. The way he seemed eager to brush aside what he witnessed. Yeah, that is weird. Why is there a baby carriage? Ah, what? Who brought this here? Did Father Josiah bring a white stroller as part of reenacting the nativity scene? Weird. It makes me feel uneasy. Me too. Should I throw her stuff in the basement? Oops. I had no intention of leaving. The situation had suddenly become complicated, if I may put it that way. More timeless. Josiah, you seem bothered. It's as if you don't know you have... It's as if I don't know you anymore. I feel you're hiding something. Your behavior has changed lately, and I don't know what to make of it. You're nervous, and it seems like nothing I do has any effect on changing your mood. You're full of anger, and I can feel that. Please talk to me. You know I am your best friend, Felix. I don't have a favorable opinion of this clandestine method of communication, but in a way I think it's clever. Who would have guessed they would hide secret notes in such mundane places? Now the question is, what else are they truly hiding? Ooh, secrets. More clutter. My voice is calming. I appreciate that. Okay. Nothing here. Let's see if we can go... Ooh, what's this? Another one. Thank you, Felix, for the cologne you gave me, but I want you to know that I've left it in your bedroom. I appreciate the gesture, but I'm not in the mood for trivial matters. I have a lot on my mind. I want you to understand that your friendship means a lot to me. It's not that I have something against you, but I am simply overwhelmed. I do not like trivialities, especially when they occur between students and fellow clergymen. Although Father Josiah doesn't live with us, he often drops by and brings us expensive sweets. This looks delicious. Nothing from the basement. Maybe Felix is into the priest. Ooh. Ooh, you might be right. I won't call the police. Okay, that was the last time I could click on that. What did I miss? What did I miss that I haven't gathered that's hers? The tea? The wine? The luggage? He said he'd look through the luggage later. Do I do something with this? Do I do something in my inventory? Wait, I don't have anything in my... Huh? I need to search around for more information about the history of this place. Okay. Sometimes oh, how did I miss this? Dang it. Who's knocking at my door? Oh, no. Nope, I'm asleep. Nope. I didn't see the blouse. Again? What do you want? I apologize for barging in like this. You always insisted on informing you about the Friday night vigil in case you forget. I know how much you appreciate the serenity of the midnight service, and I didn't want you to miss it again. Right, the midnight service. I completely forgot about it. God, there's an enchanting fragrance of roses? It's so exquisite. Where is it coming from? Ah, I know. I know. It's from her, isn't it? Emanating from her delightful flesh. Oh, spare me the pretense of not understanding. I know what you did. Did you enjoy it? Was it your first experience? Oh, is she still here? Perhaps you'd like to share her with me. Come on, sharing is a virtue in this insatiable world, isn't it? Ha ha ha. Why the sudden pallor in your face? Oh! Oh, I see. She's dead, isn't she? You're the one who ended her life. You're a murderer. Why is his mouth like that? Yeah, Felix is really condescending, isn't he? Congratulations? You're a murderer. That's enough. Are you all right? I asked if you'd like to accompany me to the convent for the midnight vigil, but it seems you're exhausted. I'll leave you to rest. I'll head to the convent. We will reconvene in the morning, and please, don't think about the little incident. It happens. We're all human after all. And please, forgive me if I upset you. May God bless you. May God bless you. See you in the morning.
Christ, that was too close. I have to do something about this. If Felix were to uncover this, it would be catastrophic. Me with a woman in my bed is one thing, but a lifeless body? I cannot in good conscience leave her here.
So you're gonna, in good conscience, hide her body? Oh dear God, I must do something. This is beyond horrifying. I have to bury her. I need to find something to put her in before it's too late. Christ have mercy. I need to find something to put her in. Her luggage is still there. Okay, what's the stroller? What am I gonna put her in? The tub? His voice does not match his body at all. I've always told him to knock before entering my room. Maybe he needs a reminder about respecting privacy. Seems like he couldn't wait to cut our conversation short and scuttle off to calculate his next move. I just hope he won't go running to the bishop with this. Yeah, he's for sure gonna go tell everyone. There's a bike. I don't need... Where did the saw go? Where did the saw that was here go? We probably need it. Where are we gonna put her body in? Have to find something to put her in. I have to find something to put her in? In my bedroom? No? Like, put her in what? What are we gonna put her in? What am I missing? Was it something in the bathroom? Let me know if you guys have ideas on what he thinks we're gonna put her into. Whoa, when did all this get here? I'll take this stuff to the old rectory after I bury Marina. I hope no one will ask tomorrow, where is the chest? Oh, we're gonna put her in this... I see. Let's get on with this thing. I'll tell Felix that I used this massive chest to move his stuff to the old rectory. Felix wanted those books donated. He won't miss them. Father Josiah and Felix. Father Josiah and I, we share more than he might admit. In our conversations, he denies it, but his demeanor has been giving him away lately. Just the other day, I asked him to sit for one of my drawings. He stood in silence for nearly half an hour, only to abruptly storm off in anger, without explanation. I can sense his struggle, and I know what he's going through, even if he tries to conceal it. His inner demons will eventually overpower his determination. Okay, Felix and Josiah have a thing. Uh-huh. Hey, April, I like her. It's a bit cryptic, but it seems there might be something going on between Father Josiah and Felix. I hope it's nothing that goes against their calling. I'll have to talk to both of them tomorrow.
Unwillingly, I found myself ensnared in a cruel game, seemingly orchestrated by either God or perhaps the devil. What choices did I have? I struggled to banish the unsettling notion that I might have, in some way, played a role in her death. Convinced of my innocence and determined to remain steadfast in my faith, I proceeded to search for a way to handle Marina's body in the most Christian manner possible.
Not a good start. Stage 3, mortal sin. Mortal sin is a grave offense against God's law that involves full knowledge and deliberate consent. It severs the sinner's relationship with God and deprives the soul of sanctifying grace necessary for salvation until repentance and absolution are sought through the sacraments of the Church. Wait, what? The most Christian manner possible? What, nail it to a cross? Wait, what? If it fits, it sits. Stop. An hour later, on the road towards the old cemetery.
Despite my overwhelming fear and confusion, I came up with a plan. I would transport the chest to the old cemetery and lay it to rest in a disused crypt. I prepared myself with the meticulousness of a criminal, preparing all the needed tools for this grim undertaking. On the seat beside me lay her farewell letter to her lover, destined to be mailed that very night upon my return from the cemetery. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh no. Digging your own grave, buddy. Digging.
No, Christ almighty!
Did he crash? Christ almighty. Oh no. I must fix my truck quickly. I want to leave immediately as I'd rather avoid encounters, especially considering what I'm carrying. What happened to your truck? What happened? Is she in the back? There's the goodbye letter. There's a lantern. The engine seems fine. Duffel bag. A flat tire. I should have expected this. The roads around these parts are treacherous. I have a spare tire. It's going to be a nightmare to change it. Do you know how to change a tire? I barely have the tools, but let's hope I manage to do it.
Ooh, what on earth?
Oh Lord, I put her in the chest, but she's alive. Where did I put the key? No. She's not gonna be. Where's the key? She's alive, quickly, or else she'll suffocate. I have to open this. How do I get her? How do I get her out? Where's the key? Where's the key? Where did you put it, sir? I can't interact with my bag. Shouldn't I be like, stop, I'll get you out. You're gonna suffocate if you keep... Why is there a stroller here? Superstitions. The elders say this about those who have taken the life of an unbaptized child. They will endure even greater suffering in hell, condemned to consume the putrid flesh of the slain infant for all eternity. Horrifying. As a Catholic priest, I place my faith in the possibility of redemption. This is mere superstition, or possibly something penned in the spirit of a macabre jest. Hey, Nate. Welcome. Thank God there's no baby inside. The blood could be from anywhere. It might just be a cruel joke. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Wait, where did he leave the key? Did he take it out of the car? They have closed the road during the storm. They were right. I just hope I can finish this whole business and return safely without any other incident. Out here? Did I put the key out here somewhere? Lady. It's okay. Where did I put that key? Is it back here somewhere? Where did I put it? Wait, did it just warp me? It just warped me back? I feel like this game does this a lot, where it's like, find the item, but it's like very vague. Oh, hey, I didn't see this. Oh, I could use this. I could use this thing. Break it open. She's gonna be dead. She's gonna be dead in there. It's empty? Where'd she go? Freaking Houdini up in here. Where is she? I must shield myself with the help of God and not succumb to the temptations of the devil, or else I'll lose my mind. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Here. Here. Okay, well, how do I shield myself with the help of God? What do I need? A crucifix? Let's check the stroller. No, same thing. Maybe, oh look, God. God, shield me. Shield me! Why do they have the sound of a loot box opening? Wait, what's that? What the? A baby. Oh Christ, who could abandon this poor innocent soul here to die? Baby nipples. That's not a baby, and we know it.
Poor thing. You're freezing. How did you get here?
It seems fine. It seems like it's chilling, you know? It's just vibing. He's like, ooh. Am I holding it? Whoever abandoned him here should still be nearby. The baby couldn't have been here for long. Otherwise, he would have perished in this unforgiving weather. Okay. Can I crouch? Okay, I can't go there. Wait, where's the baby? Do I have it in my arms? Am I holding it? Oh! Wait. Who the heck are you? Madam, are you all right? Driven by despair, I sought help. I followed what I believed was a glimmer of hope. But that glimmer twisted into darkness. The Black Raven watched from the shadows, then swooped down upon me. He stole my baby! Don't despair, he's safe. I found him under the bridge. You found my baby? I scoured the area, but he eluded me. His cries vanished. How did you manage to find him? Drop the act. You left your child to die. How dare you? I am his mother. Oh, I recognize your voice. Your breath carries the stench of death. There's blood on your hands. You are the one who took him away from me. You will pay for what you did. Woman, listen to me.
You're the Black Raven.
The Black Layman? That's what we get for calling her woman. Oh, Raven. I'm the Black Raven. Okay.
No doubt in my mind that the infant and her apparition were the work of the devil.
Satan.
They vanished in the blink of an eye. Many Catholic priests dismiss the demonic as a mere relic of the past. But I've witnessed firsthand the reality of evil. Just as God's presence is palpable, so too is the presence of the devil.
The devil. She's in there, guys. Her body's in there with her purse. Let's get this over with. I have to keep my mind clear. He said I'll fix the tire.
I did not care if it was me who was hallucinating or the devil playing tricks with my mind. Her corpse was inside the chest. As gruesome as it sounds, I released a sigh of hope. Her running around as a tormented ghost was the last thing that I imagined possible.
Black raisin. Lulu assuming a demon's gender? Oh no, not me. Okay, look at this. Stage 4, enslavement. The compulsive repetition of certain mortal sins can lead to a state of enslavement. One's will become overpowered by the illusory pleasures of sin, and even the slightest intention of renunciation or repentance brings great suffering. At this stage, sin has become second nature. So, Obra, hello. You're the evil raisin. Later, at the old cemetery.
I finally arrived at the old cemetery just after midnight. Tormented by guilt and perplexed by the seemingly unexplainable situation in which I found myself, I knew deep within my heart that the demonic vexation had only just begun.
Holy chains. We're like, she's not coming out of there ever again. Prayers for the departed. End of the road, or at least I hope so. I'd better start reading the prayers before someone notices what I'm doing here. I hope I haven't forgotten the book. Do we have to read the prayers? Like, is that... I hope the car won't give me any trouble on my return. I took her letter with me. Once I'm finished with this, I'll send it to her lover. The address on the envelope. He will believe she left him for good. In a way, that's exactly what happened. True? Timeless. I don't have time for this. Okay. I should waste no time. The prayer book, the cross, the instruments of faith. I won't let my guard down. Oh, do I need to, The stairs inside lead to a burial chamber where my ancestors rest. In the past, I used to bring flowers every now and then. From now on, I'll make sure to bring one more. Oh, he's gonna bury her with his family? That's kind of like sweet. One red flower. What's down here? I can't see. I need to go back. I can't see down there. It's too dark. Okay, he said I need... What's this? Only God knows how many souls rest here. Their bodies turn to dust over the years. Cherubs. Look at these little babies. Buff babies. I took so many pictures of the buff babies in Spain, too. I'm a buff baby. I can punch on your buns. Crosses. They serve as reminders of the resurrection. Just as Christ resurrected from the dead, so shall we all when he returns. I mean, there's a huge storm. I feel like no one's going to be coming out here, you know? Okay, wait. I won't open it again. I'll lay her to rest in my family crypt. No one will ever search for her. God, I feel miserable to think like this. Where is all these things? Do I not have them just like in my car? Oh! I didn't notice they came out after I looked at the bag the first time. Okay. Do I not have everything? I have the book. I need a cross. Okay, hold on. Ah. Hiding. Wait, what's that? Nothing?
Interrupt this program to bring you alarming news. The storm has caused the waters to rise. Just a few minutes ago, we received reports of a female torso being found washed ashore near the old fish market. The grisly discovery has sparked shock among the gathered onlookers. The police have initiated an investigation.
Despite the authorities' efforts to withhold details, information has already leaked. There are rumors that the torso has been mutilated by her entrails seem to have been removed. Fear has enveloped our community, and we strongly advise everyone to exercise caution, particularly young women walking alone at night.
Can I turn that off? What in the world? A torso? I'd rather not think about that right now. It could just be interference from another radio frequency, maybe coming from a neighboring city.
A gathering of onlookers, their expressions etched with horror. The torso exhibits signs of intentional evisceration. The head of the victim has not been found yet, making for a very difficult identification process. However, the medical examiner has uncovered strands of red hair, serving as a potential lead in our investigation.
She was behind us. Why do I feel like that saw we saw at the beginning we actually had used? I think I have suspicions that the timeline in this game is not as it's playing out, and it's actually in different parts, and we're just confused because we're having like a psychological break. Like, I feel like the order of things is out of order. And this is like, I think we did something actually bad, but we're like mentally like trying to make it lesser bad. Like we probably, I'm guessing that we like maybe we mutilated her body, but we couldn't like handle that mentally. So we're like replaying it in our heads that we didn't mutilate her, and we're just like giving her the best burial. Like, we're like, oh, she just magically died in our bed after we banged, and I'm gonna do everything I can to honor her and not get myself in trouble. So we'll see. Felix ate it? Let us pray to the Lord.
Into your hands, O Lord, I humbly entrust your departed servant, Marina Constanza. In this life, you embraced her with your tender love. Deliver her now from every evil and bid her enter eternal rest. The old order has passed away. Welcome her then into paradise, where there will be no sorrow, no weeping, nor pain, but the fullness of peace and joy with your Son and the Holy Spirit forever and ever.
Amen. Why do I feel like he's like awfully calm for someone who probably had sex for the first time? And like the person he had sex with died in some mysterious way. Like, wouldn't that be really traumatizing? Like, super traumatizing. The last thing I can do is bring some flowers as a sign of respect. A few roses would be fitting. Yes, 3 roses, alluding to the Holy Trinity. Okay, there's one. Its petals soft and tender, mirror her gentleness. Yet its thorns sharp and torturous, the trials she endured in life. I saw one down here. Oh, I didn't read that. Something about the perfume of the rose. Where did I see the last one? Was it down this way? I feel like it was down here. Here. Why does all of this feel off? Because it's in your... Whoa! Oh, does he have a, what's that condition called? Jardis? What's the jaundice? Jaundice. What's going on with him? Jaundice, yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Father Josiah? This cannot be. Well, if it isn't the man who secretly craves for the forbidden fruit. Bro, I know about you and Felix. Why are you attacking me? Such a shame that you're still in denial about your true self. Oh, what a pity. If you are truly Jaundice, I compel you to say, Hail Mary, full of grace. Ha, there you go again. Drop it. You're not that convincing. Why not fully embrace your inner desires? A depraved man. Oh yes, I can see through your facade. I know that intense burning sensation that's keeping you awake at night. How you fantasize, and when those fantasies become too overwhelming, you surrender and they seize control of you. Yes, as the night descends and darkness envelops your room, so do the desires. You can't resist. You've already become enslaved by your sins, your second nature. Is he talking about... I don't know what he's... I mean... He's not real. Each touch is a step deeper into the abyss, a descent into the hell of your own wicked desires. Casting aside your priestly collar, slowly unbuttoning your shirt. Your heart races faster and faster until... Shut your deceitful tongue. Your words hold no power over me. Oh, but they do. Tell me, did you indulge again tonight? Come on, you can confess to me. I thrive on the desires of the flesh. Were you thinking of me while pleasuring yourself? May the Lord cast you into the fiery depths of hell. That's how... Oh, that's not how you should speak to someone you care about. But fine, do as you wish. Dive into your fantasies and surrender your desires. Just make sure your lady doesn't vanish again from where you've placed her. I'm not afraid of you. I will close my eyes, and when I open them again, you'll be gone.
Just as the vision dissipated, vile, echoing whispers began to surround me. Upon returning to the crypt, I stopped and gazed in horror towards the entrance. Father Josiah was correct. The chest and her body had disappeared, vanishing into thin air.
Not again. Reverse indica. True. Stage 6, Oppression. Demonic oppression entails the tangible presence or physical assault of a demon. When granted permission to act in one's life, the demon may manipulate the environment and afflict the individual. Furniture may move, temperatures may fluctuate, footsteps may be heard, or wounds may appear, as if from invisible blows. In such instances, immediate action is imperative, including the consecration of the afflicted premises, prayers of deliverance, and seeking the assistance of a qualified exorcist. Later, back at the rectory.
I hastily departed from that place, indifferent to whether what happened was real or if I was slowly losing my sanity. An hour later, I found myself back at the rectory, where I decided to compose my resignation letter, prepare for a spiritual and psychological checkup, and surrender myself to the authorities. Little did I know that the evening held more surprises for me.
Dang. Is that Father Gojo? Who is that? Oh, I think that's Jaundice. Father Jaundice's car. It would be impolite. Why does he have a teddy bear back there? Bruv. Is that a bottle of wine in your hand? Why does he have so much luggage in his car? Where's he going? Time to call the Winchesters? Father Jaundice, good lord, you're drunk. What happened? Did he have sex with Felix? It doesn't matter. I might as well be dead for all I know. I am done with this life. Don't talk like that. Let's go inside and... I'm not going anywhere. Christ, I am lost. What am I going to do? I've dug my own grave. I've betrayed the church and everyone who's ever helped me. Show me kindness. You listen to me and don't look with compassion towards me. You listen to me and don't look with compassion towards me? I don't deserve it. I am a bastard. Don't think I am just rambling because I've had too much to drink. I am dead serious. I have to make a confession. Right here, on this spot. I am not who you think I am. You've heard it right. Oh, but what may Father Jaundice want to say with this? You may be asking yourself. I am a sinful man. I have deceived everyone. You're talking nonsense. Let's go to sleep. Shut up. I've kept this inside me for too long. Enough with the little secrets whispered at night. Enough with all the notes slipped through the pages of those goddamn tasteless fashion magazines. Hear me, 'cause this is the first time I am so honest. I am feeling this burning fire deep in my heart. I am in love, head over heels. Her name is Marina. What? You said Marina? Yes, Marina Costanza. Oh, if you would just know her. She's divine. Her smile alone is enough to make a priest forget his vows. Oh, I know. And I have forgotten mine for quite some time. Almost a year, actually. We are madly in love, and as you have seen, this car is packed full with things. We plan to leave together tonight. It is not infatuation. It is not a spur of the moment. We've been seeing each other for almost a year. We are tired of hiding. Her old Nazi husband is obsessed with her, but we are both dead serious. You know why? Tell me why. Because I am a father! She was pregnant? Pregoninot? Dude, this is the craziest priest drama game I've ever played. This is some juicy priest drama. And all the priests are hot. Gregnant? Yes, you've heard it right. She gave birth to a baby boy, my son. Oh, the joy of my life. We plan to leave the city, move to the countryside, raise our children, live until old age and be laid to rest by our grandchildren under an old oak tree. They planned far in advance, these people. And now what? You cannot leave like this. You're drunk. Of course, I'm not going anywhere, you idiot. I'm going to crash on a sofa and tomorrow morning I'm going to take my stuff back home. I'm going to cry for an hour or so and then get drunk again because that goddamn whore didn't show up. Most probably she left me. If only I would have listened to the rumors, and she took the baby with her. Don't I look like a real man? Am I not a good fit for a father? Tell me. So that baby we found left in the river, in the pond, in the creek, that was her child? Go home, Father, you're drunk. Was that his kid? I have purchased her expensive gifts, even a baby stroller, white, a very expensive model, just as she wanted for our baby. Toys, all sorts of things, and now she's giving me a cold shoulder. Did he break the mirror and kill her when he found out that she slept with me? Is that what happened? I should have known that she's not good for me. It is not the first time she promised me we will leave together, only for hours later to change her mind. Oh, why am I so weak? Why did I have to fall in love with this woman? Dude, I thought he was gay, I'm not gonna lie. Listen, just go inside. You need to rest. We'll talk tomorrow.
You can imagine my shock. Not only were they secretly in love, which was hard to believe in itself, but they had a child.
Josiah's in love with her, of all people in the world, and they had a baby. I just can't believe his story. He's drunk. He must be lying. I wonder if Felix put him up to it. What if Felix, put him up to this? Fathers have so much in common. Not yet. What do you mean, not yet? I'm gonna go through his car? What did I get? Mailbox. He was determined to leave. There's something underneath. Pregnancy. Pregnancy verification letter to Lady Marina Constanza. On this 10th day of February 1948, the patient known as Marina Constanza Leopold had a positive pregnancy test. Based on the date of her last menstrual period, her estimated date of delivery is the 6th day of October 1948. Sincerely, Dr. Gandani Roman. According to those papers, the baby must have been around 2 months old, but where is he? He was in the creek! She abandoned him there. It's fully packed with things. He must have brought all of his stuff with him. Not yet. Oh, the mailbox. I should have parked inside, but Father Jaundice's car is already here. I'm not leaving anywhere tonight. Enough is enough. I need to clear my mind. Yeah. Oh, what's this? Such a pity we had to dispose of this furniture. Unfortunately, we had to. The wood is completely rotten. Father Ambrosios Dominic, in office for 1 year, elected as a parish priest by the former bishop. He was an incredibly corrupt cleric who betrayed the church in order to get involved in a romantic affair with a wealthy Hungarian woman, only to succumb to syphilis. Dang. That's horrible. This story is wild. Drew's live on TikTok with the IRL stream, but I'm staying Catholic for you. With love from Marina. Josiah. Jaundice. The decoy train ticket is in play. You know the cops do their rounds at the train station every evening, showing my picture around. Let's hope they'll swallow the bait and believe I've left for Sinaya. That old brute will be barking up the wrong tree while we leave the country. There's one more thing I have on my mind, though. Let's spill everything to Father Matthias. You're fond of him, and he was your best friend. Sharing the truth might ease our conscience. We may earn his understanding and perhaps even a blessing. I will arrange a meeting with him Saturday night. See you there. Love, Marina. Wait. What? Did she actually tell us she was in love with us? Or was she telling us she was in love with Josiah? And we took advantage of her and... Wait a second. I don't know what to believe anymore. This proves that she, at the very least, intended to meet me. And what has transpired until now may have been, at least in part, real. Wait. What? Father Leonid Jagger. He was only in office for a year, too. When the Great War came, he quickly asked to be sent to the front line to attend to the spiritual needs of the soldiers. He always dreamed of giving his life in a heroic way. Although he never wielded a weapon, as it is forbidden for clerics, he died in a bizarre way, stumbling and falling down the stairs of the rectory just 3 days after returning from the front line. Damn. The midnight service must have ended a few minutes ago. Felix must be sleeping now. Bro, this is crazy. We can't go in yet, so there's something else to find. I don't have anything in my inventory anymore. Anything else in his car? We read that. Oh, the teddy. I cannot yet bring myself to believe his story, yet still, this teddy bear Josiah Jaundice brought is proof that he must be a father.
Everything pointed to a different sequence of events. What I was certain of was that she did visit me that day. However, after we had tea, things started to make less and less sense.
I think I
The
am.
rain keeps pouring, yet despite the flood and harsh weather, the police persist in their efforts to locate the remaining parts of the young woman's body. The police are scouring the area, knocking on doors and asking questions, while auxiliary troops try to keep the curious onlookers at bay. Updates come in steadily, suggesting the murder happened recently, perhaps just hours ago, as the wounds are still fresh. There's a constant fear that the killer is on the loose and might strike again. Notably, our town hasn't seen such a brutal murder since before the war, and people are not accustomed to living in fear for their lives.
Guys, it's me. I was the brutal murderer. What was that sound? It's me. I'm the brutal murderer. Not again. But I think I'm right about the timeline not being accurate to what we were experiencing. Okay. Marina must have also gotten to Felix. I wonder if all the priests were involved in her murder. I still think she's a demon. Do you think so? Either she's involved in everyone, or only it's us and we did something horrible and now we're going through some kind of psychosis or something. Radio station set to 66.6, yeah. This game exceeded my expectations too. Seriously. Oh no, the police. Sorry, no one's home. Good night. I'm going to bed. Not yet. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, did my mouse die? Sorry guys. Hold on, let me plug it in. My mouse died, didn't it? Huh? No? Oh, the game... Did the game bug? Oh no! Okay, that's okay. That's okay. The game bugged. Dang it. That's what I get for looking at that door again. It should have saved. It should save. It's okay. We'll reload here. Well. There we go. Bum bum. Demons did it, yes. Play. Oh. We weren't on chapter 7, were we? We were on chapter 6.
I finally arrived at the old cemetery.
Oh, no. We were sorry, guys.
Tormented by...
Sorry, we were on
by
chapter...
the seemingly unexplainable situation in which I found myself. I knew deep within my heart that the demonic vexation had only just begun.
We were on chapter 7. American Horror Story Season 2. I think we're gonna have to go through conversation again really quickly, but that's okay.
I departed from that place, indifferent to whether what happened was real or if I was slowly losing my sanity.
You are.
An hour later, I found myself back at the rectory, where I decided to compose my resignation letter, prepare for a spiritual and psychological checkup, and surrender myself to the authorities. Little did I know that the evening held more surprises for me.
Okay, we'll talk to him here quickly. I do think this is a really pretty game. They like put some love into the design of this game.
You can imagine my shock. Not only were they secretly in love, which was hard to believe in itself, but they had a child.
They had a child. Yes. Oh, hi. Tomorrow's the first day of Christmas. It should be a beautiful celebration, but what awaits me? Prison, the psychiatric ward. If only I had joined Felix for one last evening service. Oh, I'm sure too.
Everything pointed to a different sequence of events. What I was certain of was that she did visit me that day. However, after we had tea, things started to make less and less sense.
Oh, I didn't see this.
The rain keeps pouring, yet despite the flood and harsh weather, the police persist in their efforts to locate the remaining parts of the young woman's body. The police are scouring the area, knocking on doors and asking questions, while auxiliary troops try to keep the curious onlookers at bay. Updates come in steadily, suggesting the murder happened recently, perhaps just hours ago, as the wounds are still fresh. There's a constant fear that the killer is on the loose and might strike again. Notably, our town hasn't seen such a brutal murder since before the war, and people are not accustomed to living in fear for their lives.
Alright, so now, once we turn this off... What's that sound? Not again. Okay, now we're back where we were before the game bugged. Okay, let's say hello to Mr. Police Officer. You have to be kidding. Captain Arbogast. Oh, good evening. I'm Captain Arbogast from the police department. I hope I didn't startle you. I've been meaning to speak with Father Matthias Martin. Oh, good evening. That would be me. I'm honored. I've heard commendable things about you. Honestly, I pictured you as an older fella. Sorry, but I ain't one for the church, and I ain't too fond of clergymen. This rectory has seen its fair share of troubles, but I reckon you're aware of that. Anyway, I got a case on my desk. Been there a week now. A young dame caught up in a mess of love gone south with some real head-scratcher clues. Thought it was your usual disappearing act, but now looks like we got ourselves a corpse and a slippery killer on the loose. I'm a priest. Love affairs and ladies aren't exactly my expertise. He's playing the priest card. Don't be so dismissive, Father. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. Let me give you a brief outline of the case. We got this real knockout dame, you know. Red hair, green eyes that could pierce steel. A real beauty, I tell you. If you caught a glimpse, you might rethink your vows. A real stunner. But here's the twist. She's what they call trouble. Looks can deceive, and hers sure do. She's got a past, plenty of suitors lining up. Now she's tied to some rich ex-Nazi officer who claims a clean past. But that ain't the focus. This guy's a brute. Roughs her up good. She's even testified against him once. Has anyone here watched the movie Gilda? One of my favorite movies, by the way, with one of my favorite actresses, by the way, Rita Hayworth. I've said we should watch it on a movie night, but I haven't gotten to it. I've watched it several times. Anyway, she's married to a ex-Nazi in it. Or not, I don't know if they're married or just together, I don't remember, but they're together. The old man is past his prime in the bedroom and takes it out on her. You see, he's desperate for an heir, a real legacy to leave behind. But then one day, the old man gets the news of his life. She's pregnant. Don't ask how. Miracles happen, right? You know the drill, just like in the Bible. It happened once, could happen again. But here's where it gets interesting. She's pregnant and decides to hit the road. She disappears and the old man's losing his mind, begging us to find her. He's buying drinks, promising votes for my mayoral run. So we do our thing. Follow a few leads and track down the doc who delivered the baby. We dig deeper and before you know it, we're knocking on the door of the hotel where she's been holed up. Well, it seems your story has a happy ending. Praise the Lord. Except her room was empty. She and her baby vanished into thin air. She kept moving from hotel to hotel, maybe to her secret lover, slippery as an eel. Didn't someone say that earlier? We were always one step behind her, and now it seems we're too late. Now my tale might sound like something straight out of the pulps, but here's where it gets even darker. Just a few hours ago, they found a torso washed up down at the old fish market. A grim sight, let me tell ya. You see, the storm busted the dam upstream, sending torrents of water raging down, hauling all sorts of junk into the city. Mostly old stuff, rotten and decayed. But among the wreckage, they found two things. The first is that mutilated torso they keep blabbing about on the radio. And the second, a heavy chest. A heavy chest? Have I finally grabbed your attention, Father Matthias? A chest indeed, a rare model made of solid oak, bearing the coat of arms of St. Mary's Church. You're looking a bit pale, Father, and I haven't even told you about the scent. The padding inside the chest smelled like roses, a strong aroma. It was soaked in blood and murky water, turned our stomachs disgusting. My boys are down at the fish market where they found the gruesome discovery. Just got word they stumbled upon some other parts too. I'm sorry, but this is too much. If you want to make an arrest, hold your horses, Father. Innocent until proven guilty, remember? I haven't claimed there's a link between your hefty chest and the corpse, but if there is, you can bet I'll be knocking on your door. God, I pray that her baby is still out there somewhere. If only we knew who the father is. Get it, father? Right now, my boys are scouring for a way to ID her beyond any doubt. If we lay our hands on her head, that'll be our strongest piece of evidence. She probably brought... Guys, I think I'm putting it together. When she came to meet with us, she brought her baby in the stroller. The saw, the bone saw that we saw out there, that's because we already used it. We made the comment, I don't want to get my hands dirty. I think we essayed her. We killed her. We went to the bathroom and punched the mirror. I don't know what Felix saw. I'm not sure how Felix is involved, but Felix is somehow involved. And then we disposed of her body and her baby, is what I'm thinking. I think that's why the stroller was bloody later. But when we first saw the stroller, it was in the rectory with us. And it was like, he was like, how did the stroller get here? Maybe Josiah brought it. Sometimes Josiah brings weird things. And I think she brought the baby with her. You think they're all somehow involved? If it turns out to be her, that's when I'll be paying you another visit. Let's hope it's not, and this is all just a cruel twist of fate. Catch you later, and hey, God bless. God bless you too. You think it's Captain Arbogast doing all of it? Okay, we're going upstairs. You think Arbogast is a Nazi husband?
Hello?
Bishop Benedict? Hello, this is Bishop Benedict. Apologize for the late call, but I'd like to speak with Father Matthias Martin. Okay, so the bishop is old and ugly, but all the fathers are young and hot. Definite. Yeah, I agree, Big Mick. Father Matthias speaking. What seems to be the problem? Father Matthias? I'm sorry, but I'm having some interference. Barely hear you. It's probably the storm. I'll be brief. I know it is really late, but the feeling that something's amiss, something really dark and ultimately evil. I don't know why I'm giving him this voice. It sounds like he'd have this voice. Jesus is warning him. Dear Lord, can you be more specific? Haven't you heard the news? Yes, they are broadcasting an entire murder investigation. It's sick. That's exactly what I thought. I bet no one is sleeping tonight. They're all listening to the news. I talked at the radio station. He's a good friend of mine. I pleaded with him to stop, or at least wait for the first day of Christmas to pass. But nothing. And now they are looking for a suspect. Did we confess to him? And he actually know. I wonder if we confessed, because I wonder if we confessed to the bishop, but we don't remember it. And he knows that they're basically looking for me, and he's trying to cover up. Are you aware that they found a chest with the coat of arms of St. Mary's? Captain Arbogast dropped by just a few minutes ago. The chest, yes. Captain Arbogast informed me about this. It made me uneasy. A monstrous scandal! Can you imagine? It seems the Lord is testing us once more. I have hoped I won't have to go through another misfortune again. It's like we've been cursed with sexy priests who can't stay out of trouble. I am also having my suspicions. What worries me the most is not the chest that was found alongside the woman's body parts, but rather some information I received about someone at the rectory. It's about Felix, the seminarian. Are there ads? I can wait a minute. I can wait a minute. Not gonna lie, if Bishop was talking that slow, I'd hang up and get some sleep. Confirm Bishop don't give a ass about the fact that there was a dead body. Fair. He doesn't. He's like, oh no, they found our stuff next to the dead body. I don't want to deal with more drama. Don't care about the body though. Let me know when ads are done. I think they're done. Lord Almighty, Felix? A murder suspect? But he is just... I didn't say he's a murderer! God forbid! Although the things I have heard about him lately, having desires for those of similar genders. Lord forgive me, it is not just a hunch. I have my reasons, as I have had those desires myself. You see, in the last week, I have received lots and lots of reports about his behavior. And I confess, I made an error in judgment when I considered him a good candidate for the priesthood. I've been getting reports of his recent erratic behavior, even violent tendencies. There are also that he might have a certain fondness for his fellow students in an intimate manner. Even Father Jaundice told me that Felix has taken his friendship for him to an unhealthy level. But I am confident that with the help of our Lord, we will settle this, as we always did. To the Lord that we will get to the bottom of it and hopefully clean the image of your parish. Although I fear the worst. Now, there's only one thing I want you to do. I'm all ears, Your Eminence. I need to start doing audiobooks. This bishop is into cocaine, prostitutes, and guns. I'm sure of it now. It's something in his voice. I thought the bishop was gonna say he also got intimate with it. That's where I thought it was going, but no. I feel like we're not talking to the bishop. I wonder who we're talking to. Please do not leave the rectory. Let's keep a low profile. If the press comes by knocking on the door, don't answer. Let me handle this. I'll proceed with caution. After all, God forgive me. It is not the first time when I have to do this. Rest now. There are difficult days ahead awaiting us all.
I felt as if the veil had been lifted from my eyes. What if something truly awful had occurred at the rectory and I witnessed it? Perhaps the trauma was too overwhelming, causing me to lose touch with reality. Could I have concocted this seemingly romantic affair as a coping mechanism? Then what was the real picture? What happened with Marina after we had tea?
What happened, indeed. If His Eminence is right about Felix, the police will be back soon. I'd better put my things in order. The room is in disarray. It could have been Felix that killed her, right? If he was jealous about her relationship with Josiah, Felix could have killed her in a rage of, like, jealousy. Did he actually change his bed sheets? He might have. Wait, what's all this? And, okay, we know for a fact that Felix is gay because he keeps buying these timeless magazines of men. Yeah, crime of passion. This is ridiculous. Is this some kind of joke? But what if it's me too? What if I'm gay too and I had a thing for Josiah too? Oh. Look how long this code is. No, thank you. Thank you for wasting your points. Okay, let's see what's here. The wine. Only a single glass of wine. Only a single glass of wine? Is that Josiah? I have the feeling that someone is playing a joke on me, and I don't like this at all. Why does that look like it's a picture of Josiah? Not nearly enough wine. I should burn them all. Shouldn't you? I clearly remember making tea before she arrived and having it together here. Am I delusional? I'll check here and downstairs. Nonsense. I'm going to check around and downstairs. Something feels really off. I have the feeling that someone is toying with me. It's probably Felix. Felix probably moved everything around. Priesthood is over. There's a pregnancy verification letter. Oops. Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Okay, let's go out. Why is Josiah important? Because he was having a year-long affair with Marina, and also Felix had a thing for Josiah, and Josiah and Marina had a baby. Okay, we read that. Who smashed it? What if we got, like, drugged? What if maybe what if, because we told Felix was the first person we told that Marina was coming over and we were gonna make her strawberry tea and we invited him to stay for it. What if he spiked the strawberry tea so that we both passed out and, like, we were just hallucinating, and then he went from there and, like, murdered her and stuff so that Josiah wouldn't run away with her? It's a psychological horror, so we don't really know what's going... O Holy Immaculate Virgin, I beseech thee, do not allow poor Marina's child to have perished. Work a miracle now on the eve of the birth of thy son. It's likely Felix set up this scene. This representation of the Savior seems remarkably lifelike. I don't know why it gives me the creeps, though. Under the white towel, the rest of the figurine is made of wood. I can't go in his room. Oh goodness, I hope the child is still alive. Perhaps Josiah is hiding him at his place. Considering his drunken and erratic behavior, anything could be possible. I don't think Josiah is in on it. I don't even know if we're in on it. I'd rather not, with no electricity down there and the wooden stairs in such a sorry state.
Amidst the frantic search for the missing victim's head, a new threat looms over the city. The rising floodwaters unleashed by the storm. The old fish market, the epicenter of the gruesome discovery, now lies submerged, its dark corners concealing potential evidence crucial to solving the heinous crime. As the waters surge, locals dread the possibility that body parts may be further dispersed throughout the city, carried by the swift currents. This grim prospect fuels the mounting terror gripping the community, only adding to the fear that the perpetrator, emboldened by anonymity, may strike again with impunity. Amidst the chaos and uncertainty, authorities work tirelessly to assuage public fears, urging citizens not to succumb to panic. While the floodwaters present an obstacle to the investigation, law enforcement remains undeterred in their pursuit of justice. With a growing list of suspects under scrutiny, every effort is being made to apprehend the perpetrator and bring closure to the grieving community.
Hey. When you click on the baby, you should have said, "Sup, Jesus." Dear 8 pounds 6 ounces, newborn infant Jesus. Don't even know a word yet. I think pledging themselves to Jesus is what that got them in the mess in the first place. Here's the tea set down here. It's exactly as I placed it a few hours ago. The teacup's clean and the teapot empty. But here's the strawberry tea, right? Is that strawberry? Yeah. The tea is cold, and the aroma is strawberries? My presence on the streets would only raise suspicions. Okay, there's that note again. Memorial. Did I read this? I don't think we read this. Dear students of the seminary and Sisters of St. Mary's Convent, we're pleased to announce the intention to hold a memorial service in the near future commemorating the life of Father Abraham Marcus, followed by a conference addressing the influence of the demonic in today's world. Father Abraham Marcus, a dedicated priest, encountered profound struggles that ultimately led to his untimely passing. The service will feature a reflection by the bishop about the challenges faced by even the most devout among us. The exact date of the memorial and conference will be announced after Christmas. I'm sure they'll ask me to say a few words. While the subject of the demonic isn't my preference, it's a reality we must acknowledge. Anything else over here? In the doorway? No. That's where we got the tea from initially. I read that. There's our certificate. Another time list. Usually men keep magazines with ladies on their covers. Indeed they do. Well, if they're straight. Okay, I must have missed something up here. Something over here. Father Christian Alphonse. Okay, he was in office a few years, appointed in a hurry by the bishop. He was a compulsive liar and always got into trouble with the local authorities. After the rise of the mob, he quickly pretended to fight against the bans, only to be discovered fully involved in criminal activity. He was gunned down in a drive-by shooting. Dang. Okay. Someone was preparing for a warm, cozy bath. Who smashed it? What am I missing? Something in our room? Oh, do I have to find the code for her thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 8-digit code. An 8-digit code. Oh. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. You know you're Catholic if you say that really fast. Something here? Oh. Wait, what is this? Felix, I've reached a breaking point. Tonight I will confess to the bishop. I cannot endure this any longer. My place is not here. Despite finding comfort and salvation within the Holy Church, I sense that I am on the brink of betraying it. Let's discuss this further tonight over tea. Instead of taking their vows seriously, they spent time with all sorts of trivialities. Now we all have to suffer the consequences. It does look like Edward Cullen. I don't know. I'm trying to find like numbers. Wait, I want to see something. She had a goodbye letter, but we don't have it anymore. Praise the Lord. Eight-digit code. Huh. Maybe I'm just missing something obvious. It says I'm going to check around and downstairs. Something feels really off. I have the feeling that someone's toying with me. The baby's birthday? What was it? October something? You're right. October 6th, 1948. Maybe it's... Wait, how many numbers is that? That's 8! Oh! 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 It's 8! Wait. Oh, there is 0. You have to go all the way through. Oh. LOL. Maybe it's 10-6? I thought this was a European game. Ah! Baby stuff! Tiny gloves! A picture from when she was Gregoninot. It must have been taken a few months ago.
Despite his betrayal of vows, my prayers were for Josiah's soul and the safety of the innocent child. In the heat of the moment, driven by jealousy, a man may succumb into the depths of depravity, committing the most abominable acts. Could Josiah's hands be tainted?
No, it's Felix. Guys, it's Felix. Oh, at this hour. Who is it? Felix, is that you? Oh, what voice did I give him? Good evening, Father Matthias. Honestly, I wasn't expecting you to answer. Good evening. What seems to be the trouble? It is a bit late. Don't worry, Father Matthias. I'm an old bachelor. No dame waiting at my doorstep. Got all the time in the world. Speaking of holy matrimony, Father, why the collar but no ring? I mean, look at you, young and dashing, well-spoken and well-respected around these parts. Surely you're due for some company. Didn't the bishop tell us not to answer the door? Imagine ringing people's doorbells in the middle of the night because you don't expect them to answer. The suitcase is out? Well, he's gonna need a search warrant. Come on now, don't play coy. We're all men here. Red blood pumping through our veins and all that. Sometimes the urge hits like a freight train. And when you're parched, only the kiss of a beautiful redhead with green eyes can quench that thirst. Please, I get the gist. You're here to talk about the victim. Actually, I'm here to talk about you and your fellow clergymen. I don't play favorites. In my book, every one of you is a suspect. All of you had something to do with Marina. But only one of you killed her. I just hope whoever did it showed mercy and spared the child. We still don't know who the father is, but I've got my hunches. My sights are set on Father Jaundice, always stumbling around half in the bag with a temper to match. Not exactly saintly behavior, if you ask me. I tried having a chat with him earlier, but he was too deep in the bottle to make sense. We saw him sitting in the rain, his car packed with all sorts of odds and ends. I saw a teddy bear in there, fresh off the shelf. Got me wondering, what's a priest doing with the teddy bear? And then there's this shiny new baby stroller. Naturally, I took the liberty of poking around with my boys. I admit it was a bit shady without a warrant, but hey, you did the same thing earlier, didn't you? Yes, I admit, I also saw the teddy bear and I had to look inside. Appreciate you for being honest. However, we've been nosing around a bit more than you. We took the liberty to snoop through every nook and cranny. And let me tell you, we found a lot of evidence. Love letters dripping with passion between Marina and Father Jaundice. Little trinkets and souvenirs and even books on fatherhood. Quite the treasure trove, I must say. Sorry, I bonked my mic. Now, picture this. A young priest tangled up in an affair and a pregnant woman. They keep slipping through my fingers, and then one night, she vanishes, only for us to stumble upon her hacked-up corpse. Alongside her remains, a solid oak chest belonging to the church where her lover serves. Father Jaundice is drowning his sorrows in the rain, clutching a bottle for dear life. Is he the father? Could he plunge a knife in her heart? Now ease up. I'm not slapping cuffs on him just yet. It's just a theory, a way of connecting the dots. After all, I could say the same about you, couldn't I? Father, he had jaundice earlier, okay? And we just, What? You're rattled, Father. I can see it, plain as day. That blank stare of yours, like you've seen things you wish you hadn't. No, that blank stare is the dev not spending the time to give us, emotions. That's what it is. You've just rolled back into town, haven't you? My boys caught wind of your little trip. Saw you slinking back from the outskirts. Funny how nobody noticed you slipping away. I must admit, I'm itching to know myself. Were you transporting something in the back of your truck, Father? A hefty oak chest, perchance? I refuse to answer any of your questions. Please leave. Are you hiding something, Father? You are shaking. Did you do something to her? Where is her baby? What have you done, Father? Enough. The church will take care of this. Now please leave. We found her head, Father. The coroner said it looked like it was done with a hacksaw. That tells us a lot about the killer. It's one thing to swing an axe and be done with it, but using a hacksaw, that's a slow, deliberate act. Takes time, precision. Apologies for the grim holiday cheer, Father. I wanted to handle this nice and easy, but you and your crew are giving me the runaround. I ain't fond of murderers, but I've got a soft spot for those who own up to their sins. Seeing real remorse, tears flowing, it's almost touching. So here's the deal. You got 1 hour. One of you three needs to confess. It might just spare you from the firing squad.
Captain Arbogast threatened me. He demanded a confession, despite insinuating that he suspected Father Josiah and perhaps Felix. I knew he actually had his eyes on me. But how could I confess to something I haven't done? I wasn't in good conscience, ready to do that. Instead, I proceeded to look around for evidence that would tie either Josiah or Felix to her death.
We gotta go into Felix's room. I'm not confessing to anything. I'll look around for evidence that would tie either Josiah or Felix to her death. Something is really off. Ate that voice acting? The voice of experience? Okay. Alright. Let's see. Can we go into Felix's room? Where is Felix? And where did Josiah go? We can't go in his room. Oh? Are they gonna come out of my room? Oh, shoot. Whoa! Jaundice, no! Stage 7. Possession. Possession is a state in which a person's body is under complete control of a demonic entity. This control extends to the individual's actions, speech, and behavior, effectively usurping their autonomy. Possession is considered a grave spiritual affliction requiring the intervention of trained clergy, specifically exorcists, who employ ritual prayers and sacraments to liberate the possessed individual from the influence of the demon and restore their spiritual well-being. Hey, Kuranoa, nice to see you. Oh no. Did he just shank us? Is that what happened? That's crazy. What?
Christ, that damned fool. I was incredibly lucky that the blade didn't touch any of my vital organs.
Why are we naked? What? Why did we strip naked for that? Who smashed it? Not yet. Okay, we got this in here. What do I need in here? Oh, here. Band-aids, plastic strips, plain pad. This will do. A rubber ducky? Okay. Not yet. Most probably Josiah. I don't think it's Josiah. My clothes were stained with blood. I feel like Josiah thinks we may have murdered Marina, but wrongly so. Wait, what's this? Josiah, there's an unspoken weight between us, isn't there? I can sense your inner turmoil, as if it mirrors my own. The struggle, the constant battle against the desires, the nights spent tossing and turning, wrestling with our demons. They haunt me as much as they do you. This is downright scandalous. Felix may have interpreted Josiah's mood as a sign of something else. Yeah, Felix thought Josiah was gay. Josiah was hiding his relationship with Marina. Great, there are no more pills, no more painkillers. And Felix got jealous of the relationship. Clean towels. Most probably Father Josiah left it here. I'll take a sip and it will help me relax.
I patched the wound as best I knew how. It was sort of painful, but not as painful as the realization that my friend, Father Josiah, may have been the one who murdered Marina. It was at that moment that I decided to call the police and voice all my concerns.
I shouldn't waste any time. I'll call Captain Arbogast and voice all my concerns. This time things have gone too far. It is time I tell my side of the story. I don't think it's Josiah. Not yet. Not yet. Right. Oh yeah, put clothes on. Right. Why do I feel like we're not going to call the police? You perished in the most brutal way possible, but as Captain Arbogast said, someone has to confess to your murder. I'll make sure of this, either Josiah or Felix. Okay. What's this? When did this get here? Father Damien Janus. No one knows why he was ordained as a priest. The former bishop is suspected to have been bribed by Father Janus. Oh, he bribed the former bishop, as this individual was incredibly wealthy and had political connections. He fell victim to a robbery one night that left him paralyzed and unable to serve. He died after administering an overdose of morphine. Dang. Okay. Time to call the popo. There's no tone. Blasted phone. Right when I needed it most. What am I going to do? I'm wounded. Father Josiah is drunk, violent, and armed with a knife. I don't feel safe at all. I knew we wouldn't be able to call the police. It would just be too simple, you know? It just would be too simple. Oh. Is that Josiah or Felix? Father Gojo says, Hey, sorry for not joining you in prayer at the church. I had something important to attend to. No worries, but wait a second. Huh? Good heavens, what happened to you? You are wounded. You all right? You look dreadful. Oh, am I naked? I'm just out with my slash. Oh yeah, pan out. There we go. There it is. Christ, you should see a doctor immediately. Please, don't start again. You always do this. I can handle it on my own. Goodness, really, you need to stop. You can't keep pushing yourself like this. You're exhausted. He needs to stop tempting Felix like that, true. And that wound, what happened? I'm fine, please forgive me. I feel uneasy. All the news on the radio. Oh yes, I understand, the grim news. What can I say? You shouldn't subject yourself to that. I understand you perfectly. Why is it not going? Who on earth thought it wise to broadcast all those gruesome details of the murder on Christmas Eve, just when children are awaiting Santa? It's utterly thoughtless, especially during a time meant for joy and celebration. Just try to ignore it. Let's focus on the warmth of the season and the joy it brings. Is he coming on to me now? By the way, I must go to the convent. Important matters to attend to regarding tomorrow's service. I have to check we received the flowers we ordered last week. He's always going to the convent. It's very sus that, like, he conveniently goes to the convent a lot. Won't be gone long. Have some rest and take care of yourself. Take some painkillers. I don't like that wound. See you in the morning. Understood. By the way, may I use your phone? Oh, the phone in your room broke too? What a coincidence. Why is he looking at me all sexy like? I'd offer, but mine is out of order. It's been broken for a week. I regrettably neglected fixing it. I've spoken with someone to come by and look at it. Speaking of, I heard your phone ringing a couple of times today. It made me wonder if someone was trying to reach me. Did anyone happen to ask for me? No, but Father Bishop is about to have you kicked out of the convent. No. By the way, have you seen Father Jaundice? Yes, unfortunately. He was drunk. He knocked at my door some time ago. I attempted to talk some sense into him, but he was rambling incoherently, completely inebriated. Poor Father Jaundice. I've never seen him like this, tears streaming down his face. He kept muttering about love before staggering off. He's had his struggles with alcohol, but this time, it's as though he's lost control. He's such a gentle soul. Who knows? Perhaps the radio reports about the murder affected him. This guy is so slimy. This Gojo looking ass priest, almost priest, he did it. I know it's him. All these gruesome details. It's difficult not to be deeply affected. Tell me guys, does he look like Gojo or does he look like Gojo? Hold on. Look at him. He's Gojo. This priest is Gojo. Look at him. It's Gojo. I have no doubt. So my computer is really struggling here. Look. Gojo. No doubt in my mind. The same guy. Now, I really have to go. Promise me you'll steer clear of the radio. Have some rest and take care of that wound, all right? I promise. See you in the morning. God bless. Felix leaving the rectory at this hour? Something tells me that I need to search his room. He's definitely hiding something. Oh my god, finally! He locked it. He never does that. What is he hiding? I'll force it open. At this point, good manners don't matter. I'll figure out an excuse later when he returns. Does that make us ghetto? I don't know how to say his name. I don't know who that makes us. No, I feel like Josiah is. I have a fair amount of tabs open. It's all my Drew pictures. I'll close them. Okay, we busted in. Did we block the door behind us? I wonder if his phone actually works. Some sort of sleeping pills and in insignificant quantities. The bottles are empty, as well as the painkillers from the bathroom. What if Felix mixed the tea plants with the pills? He absolutely did. He could have ground all the medicine and mixed it with that tea. Then, upon brewing the tea, it would result in a powerful sedative or poison. But why would he do that? Father Simon Lawrence only served a year. With Father Lawrence, spiritual life flourished in our parish. Many young men turned away from decadence and even joined monasteries. The local gangs laid down their weapons and the violence in the streets seemingly ended. For the first time in years, Father Simon held processions across the main street, and hundreds joined in the March for Peace. However, God called this blessed man to his side too early. He died asphyxiated with carbon monoxide in the same room where I live. Resquiat in pace. I think that's how you say that. There's the phone. Medicine and faith. Modern advancements in medicine are truly remarkable. Yet, just recently, my dear friend Adrian sought my guidance in regarding one of his patients struggling with traumatic memories from wartime service. I suggested confession. 2 days later, Adrian sent me a letter of gratitude. After the priest absolved his patient of sins in God's name, he could see joy radiating from the patient's face. In moments like these, where science can benefit from a touch of spiritual support, as I often like to say. Oh, it's moments like these. Yeah. An intriguing tale, but I fear that Felix will never lay his hand upon someone's head and absolve them of their sins. He will never become a priest. Got a nice plant collection. Spiky. I read somewhere that demons love the scent of violets. Ouch. What horrible weather. What's this? Wisdom of the Elders. A venerable elder, steeped in wisdom, counseled a brother against the sin of pride. Yet the brother, ensnared by the blindness of his own thoughts, retorted, "Forgive me, Father, for pride finds no haven within me." To this, the sage elder replied, "In what manner could you more starkly unveil your own pride, my child, than by such a response? Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." Proverbs chapter 6, verse 18. The truth! The same type of tea I had with Marina. Now that I think about it, what if somehow the tea has been tampered with? This would indicate an elaborate scheme. Yeah, it would. Finally getting it. Matthias. There's a safe inside. I could try to force it open, but what am I going to tell Felix? That I vandalized his room? I need a key. Oh? Oh, we're still naked. Happy Pride to Felix. And also, he might be a murderer. Did I? Oh! I got a key. I got a key hidden in this guy's butt. Appropriate. Appropriate that Felix would hide the key in this guy's butt. Oh! Bloody sheets. Good heavens. I knew something was not right. Those towels are stained with blood. Oh Lord, I am not touching them. If only the phone would work, I would immediately call the police. I sense there's more incriminating evidence. Just wait, Felix. You'll pay for this. Felix enjoys elegance, perhaps a bit too much. I prefer simplicity and humility, just like St. Francis. Nothing in there? Note on exorcism. And I am trained to be the first one to approach the situation with skepticism. We wouldn't want someone with severe mental affliction to be subjected to rituals that may themselves have an even more dangerous impact on the person who actually needs special medication. On the other hand, what worries me the most is that the devil and his demons would gladly take advantage of someone's mental illness to deceive the priests and those around the victim. Seems to be a reflection on demonic possession and mental illness. I must say I agree with this. Felix does his homework with dedication and wisdom. Okay, let's, can I use this phone? I had hoped I could call Captain Arbogast while Felix is away. Bad luck. Yeah, it's broken. All right. The safe code. Proverbs, Matthew. Hold on. Proverbs 16:18. Where was the other thing? Proverbs, Matthew. Not that. Proverbs. Matthew? Did I find something that I'm forgetting? I did try the phone. It's broken. It's not there. Something here? Matthew. I forced it open and now the door won't stay locked. I hope this chair will hold for a few minutes while I look around. Matthew. It's not that. Oh, what's this? What are you hiding here? Uh-huh. There's a candle here.
The identity of the victim discovered hours ago at the fish market has finally been established. Marina Constanza. Her dismembered body has just been transported to Central Hospital for a thorough examination in a desperate attempt to further analyze the brutal murder. Meanwhile, her grieving husband remains in a state of profound shock, grappling with the horrifying reality of his loss. According to her husband, she had just given birth to a baby boy 2 months ago. The search for answers has been reluctantly halted for the evening, with plans to resume at the first light of morning. Despite the grim discovery of the body parts, one crucial element remains conspicuously absent: Marina's baby. Despite relentless efforts by both officials and volunteers, the whereabouts of the innocent boy remain shrouded in mystery, fueling chilling speculation of kidnapping, murder, or even falling prey to possible predation by wild animals.
Oh no.
The widowed husband clings to fading hope, yearning to locate the remains of their precious child. Whatever the resolution of this case may be, his desperate wish is to reunite mother and child in a final solemn embrace, laying them both to rest in a Christian burial, albeit in the shadow of unimaginable horror.
Okay. Still looking for the baby. Hey, Grissies.
Yeah, it made me jump too. It's like they took that fake trailer in Tropic Thunder and made a full game out of it. Why don't I remember what that was? Perhaps I should light it. Yeah. Well, do you want to grab like this candle and just bring it over and light it? Or something from the fire? One of these lit candles? This. Oh, just a door. There's matches right here. Oh, okay, there we go. There we go.
Would you look at this. What kind of twisted fantasy are you living? This is stuff only a priest should possess.
This is the twisted fantasy? Lord, he shouldn't have this in his room. It's the ciborium where I keep the consecrated hosts. It's for when I visit the sick or dying and give them communion. Felix. Father Leonard Martin, a distant relative of mine who inspired me to choose this path. He was for many years a simple monk before heeding the call of the actual bishop who ordained him. He is known for founding St. Mary's Convent, where he helped rehabilitate and give a new chance to many women who were led astray in their lay life. Many of the nuns were given a new chance in life. Tragically, he was found dead in the confessional one morning by one of the sisters. His death remains a mystery to this day. Let's see. And behold, a Canaanite woman from that region came out and cried, "Have mercy on me, O Lord, Son of David. My daughter is severely possessed by a demon." But he did not answer her a word. The rest of the text is missing, but I recognize it. It's from Matthew 15:22. Strange how everything revolves around demonic possession. 15:22. Let's see the rest of the stuff. It's a top quality clerical collar. Where did you get it from? Josiah? What's inside? But these are my rings. Distinctions I received for my achievements. He stole these from me. A stole similar to mine. In fact, it is mine. Is it Stoli? Stole. Okay. What was it? 1522? Thank you. What was the first one? Sorry. Have to look again. 1618, that's right. $15.22. Happy birthday. Oh, that's a fancy revolver. I should not be found with the gun. Oh! Jaundice is here. What's his mouth doing? Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
I pleaded with him to stay away, to drop the knife, but the man wouldn't listen. I was frantically waving the revolver towards him.
Why am I on the floor? Why am I on the floor? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? Not Jaundice Daddy.
At that moment, I felt as if the devil had finally won. There was no reason for me to live. I was ready to put an end to it all when suddenly...
Oh, baby. What did I do? I shot Jaundice Daddy in the face, man. At least the baby is alive. We need to find Felix. Can we do a shout out, please, for Stranger? The last confession. Also, major thank you guys, because OK Stranger got me a key for Autopsy Simulator, which was like totally unexpected, just like of her own goodwill. So guys, go check out OK Stranger. She's an awesome creator. Justice for Jaundice. This is a tragedy. I haven't played Autopsy Simulator yet. I was thinking about playing it today. The confession serves as the path to reconcile with God and cleanses the soul of the penitent. It is the first step towards spiritual restoration. In the sacrament of confession, confidentiality is paramount, with the priest solemnly committed to upholding the secrecy of each confession in accordance with the laws of the Church.
Here I am, with Josiah's death
Jaundice.
weighing heavily on my soul. But it feels like it was bound to happen. I know it's difficult to accept, but he made 2 attempts on my life. It was purely self-defense. However, what I can't comprehend is why I'm being unjustly accused of Marina's murder. Why doesn't anyone believe I am innocent?
Am I confessing? It's noble that you've chosen to confess your sins. However, your story doesn't quite add up. Wait, who's talking? Lord, please, do not forsake me. I've been repeating this over and over. Arbogast and his henchmen are pressuring me to confess to a murder I didn't commit. It was divine providence that led me to discover the baby in Felix's room just before they arrested me. Wait, the baby was in his room all that time? I did not kill Marina. I stand by my innocence with every fiber of my being, and I'll go to my grave proclaiming it. Can't you see? That's exactly what they wanted, to paint me as a demented murderer. The whole charade was set up to pin her murder on me. This entire scandal was orchestrated from the get-go. You've got to grasp the sheer malice at play here. Felix's twisted fixation on demonic possession. He's a homosexual. Why do we have to say it like that? Calm down. Let's focus. Take a deep breath and... Don't you dare tell me to calm down. I'm the one in handcuffs, not you. My life hangs in the balance here. Blood has been shed, and if they brush aside my story, despite the mountains of evidence I have, I'll be facing death. The firing squad. I refuse to die for a crime I didn't commit. I've been telling you all along, there's a conspiracy at play here. Even His Eminence himself confided in me about Felix's dark inclinations, his volatile temper. He was fixated on Josiah. He had solid reason to kill her. Reasons, plural. Listen, you have to clear your mind and... What kind of confession is this, Father? Am I not permitted to share what burdens my soul? Since when does the priest dictate what the penitent should confess? You will hear me out. My mind is clearer now than it's ever been. The authorities possess irrefutable evidence of Father Josiah's involvement with that woman. When Felix, nothing short of a depraved murderer, learned of this, he snapped and killed her. Don't ask me how it happened. All I know is that she visited me to discuss her affair with Josiah. I made tea using a pack that was likely tampered with by Felix with his sleeping pills. There's no other explanation for what transpired afterward. Most likely, after we lost consciousness, he murdered her. You claimed the tea downstairs remained untouched when you returned from the cemetery. I told you, Father, there are aspects that elude my comprehension. My mind is in turmoil. The devil has been manipulating me, you see, exploiting my vulnerable state. He instilled false images in my mind, deeds I never committed. Listen, your story still lacks coherence. It's time to humble yourself and confess. Damn it, I refuse to confess anything. You must understand, we are battling the forces of evil. There's a curse looming over this parish. We need to repent and hold daily Latin Mass. He's talking to Felix? No. No, he's not. He is being gaslit here, right? The premises require an exorcism. Justice will prevail both on earth and in heaven. We must purge all the corrupt elements tarnishing the church's reputation. And it all has to start with Felix's incarceration. If this is what you want to hear, know that Felix has already been arrested. Really? Glory to the Almighty God. Praise be to the Lord and the Immaculate Virgin. Why was I not informed of this sooner? And why am I still restrained? How could His Eminence, the Bishop, allow the secular authorities to degrade and insult one of the most esteemed priests in the church? How dare they ridicule me? They are oblivious to the fact that I, Father Matthias Martin...
Felix, that is enough! You are not Father Matthias Martin.
What? What?
On that fateful afternoon, you received a phone call from Marina. She wanted to talk about her relationship with Josiah and came over with her baby. They planned to leave that night, yet your mind conjured a different image of her. Alluring, flirtatious, daring. In truth, she was merely a troubled soul seeking a fresh start. Regrettably, the phone in my room was broken, diverting the call to yours as we share the same landline. Alas, fate dictated that it was you who answered. I dare not say the murder was premeditated. You snapped upon hearing of Marina and Josiah's relationship. Her tale of their love likely struck you like a thunderbolt. The sight of their child overwhelmed you, serving as a harsh reminder that your desires would never be fulfilled. You dragged her body down into the basement, and you proceeded to dismember her with a sword.
We were Felix the whole time?
Your inner demons conjured up this seemingly intimate encounter with her, perhaps as a facade to conceal your denial of what you've done.
Oh! Guys, close your eyes. Oh no.
While I was at the chapel conducting the midnight service, you loaded the chest into your truck and drove to the old bridge. You claimed to have gone to the old cemetery with the intention of burying her corpse, but the chest mysteriously vanished. The truth is, when you arrived at the old cemetery, there was no chest in your truck. That's because you disposed of it by throwing it over the bridge. That's how the currents from upstream washed away all the body parts into the city. Father Josiah waited for Marina to arrive, but when he saw the stroller and heard the news of her corpse being found, he lost it. It wasn't difficult to piece everything together. It was a miracle, though, that you spared the child, whom I found in the basement. I locked him safely in my room and went straight to the police. You were arrested right after you found the baby. Praise the Lord. I dread to think what you could have done to him.
The thumbnail of the stream is so good right now. Did you screenshot it? As much as I hate it, this is the truth. Who am I? Wait. What in the world are you talking about? What twisted game are you playing, Felix? Seize this at once. This is no game. My life hangs in the balance. Why, for heaven's sake, are you wearing a clerical shirt and the blessed stole upon your shoulders? It is forbidden. You're not a priest. You have to understand and accept the truth. Man up. You're lying. I refuse to believe your story. I refuse to believe it. You hear me? Your tale is nothing but deceit. It's vile and twisted. You are no Father Matthias Martin, despite your pretense. You will not escape justice. But wouldn't other people recognize who we are? You've been colluding with Josiah all along, orchestrating the scheme to frame me for murder. You are the filth of the secular world, seeking to undermine the authority of the Holy Church. You are the embodiment of this degenerate society. Felix, even if you continue pretending to be someone you're not, the outcome will still be the same. But I don't want to go to prison. Yes, I confess before our Lord that I have faltered. There are times when I lose control. I've immersed myself for too long in my fantasies, allowing them to overpower me, and I didn't even try to resist. I indulged in sin. I reveled in it. It was intoxicatingly sweet. Do not despair. There's always hope. In time, you will heal. Heal? From what? Are you suggesting, Felix, that I am insane? Of course, that would be a brilliant scheme. Throw me in the asylum forever. Good night, Jingle. Yes, Felix, carry out the devil's bidding. Attempt to tarnish the reputation of the church, you serpent. But mark my words. This world is transient, but the Holy Church will not crumble under the corrupt influence of wretches like you. On the sacrifices I've made for my beloved church. How fervently I wish to rectify the wrongs and purge the church of corrupt elements like yourself. But alas, it was all in vain. You'll get nowhere like this, Felix. Snap out of it. You're stronger than this. Oh God, yes, I'm stronger than this. But all those dreams of being famous and admired, I just wanted to be loved by everyone, just like you are. Oh, how messed up I am. I've made my own life a nightmare. If only I'd asked for help when I needed it. How silly of me to think I could be like you. Oops. To believe I could do anything in the world, being so proud. I've always been told by people around me that I'm the best, that I can achieve anything in the world if I try hard enough. Oh, how arrogant. But it was all lies. I believed them, and now look at me. I've done something despicable. There's always hope for redemption. It is brave of you to have confessed, Felix. Confess? I have not confessed to anything, you wretch. This charade ends now. Let's get it over with. I request to be taken from here. But let anyone hear this. I throw myself to the wolves as an innocent, defenseless sheep. I, Father Matthias Martin, embrace the ultimate sacrifice. What?
I'm hesitant to talk about this, but the rumors are true. I am a priest. I am Father Matthias Martin. And as I look at your face, your expression speaks volumes, young man. You have lived a sinful life.
If it is true what they say, that you are a priest, then I'd like to unburden my soul.
Why is his voice so quiet?
My child, how brave of you. Come, kneel before me. Fear not, our exchange shall be brief and entirely confidential.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! He's taking advantage of this poor person in the... Oh! He got going out now! Oh no! He killed him! He got him with the barber blade. Dang! Dang! Why was that so good? Why was that such a good game? So we were playing as Felix all along, under the delusion that we were the priest, Matthias Martin. Yeah, this was a solo dev. Yeah. Unreliable narrator. I'll be posting this on my YouTube VODs channel. That was real homophobic of him to do that. Yeah, taking advantage of a gay delusional man, but also a gay delusional man that killed multiple people and was gonna probably kill a baby as well. I don't know, I'm like, weigh the pros and cons here. Why was that such a good game, guys? I did not expect that. Legit, I thought it was gonna be like jank or something. It was really good. That's crazy. That's crazy. During Pride Month. This game came out a while ago. I just happened to play it today. I didn't know what it was about. I had no idea what we were getting into. Yeah. I feel like I'd like to live in a house like this. It's a pretty cool house. It was a ride. It was a ride. That was great. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. I did. That was really a fun playthrough, honestly.